Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Survivor Nicaragua. Well, if you remember last time, Shannon was voted off. That was crazy. And at Flor, Naonka does not want her tribe to come together. She likes it separate because all y'all with Shannon, you can't be with me. Alright, so at Espada, where there's monkeys, there's fruit. So they go looking for the monkeys, they find some. Jimmy Johnson does a pretty good monkey, let me tell you. It was pretty convincing. He told them to get their asses out of there so they could have the fruit. I don't know if I would eat fruit after some monkeys went pawing all over it. Even if I washed it off, I don't know. Alright, so Marty does not want to keep Jimmy Johnson around because he's a celebrity. And that, I don't know, to me that would be like a big target on Jimmy Johnson's back. I don't see any jury giving Jimmy Johnson the money. So, At Flor, Judd's getting high off the fire. He's definitely the court jester over there, and he's banking on that keeping him around. I don't think so. Alright, Naonka, she pretty much hates his ass face. So, at Espada, Marty reveals to everyone after Jill tells him to that he's got the idol. And guess what? It's not going to be for me, guys. I swear. It's going to be for the good of the tribe. We're going to use this idol after the merge, and we're going to take out the youngins. As if. Do you really think you're going to go into the merge 5-5? Keep dreaming, oldies. Alright, so, of course, he comes out smelling like a rose then because, oh, he's so great for the tribe and blah, blah, blah. And Jill has no credit whatsoever. She basically found the idol and he dug it up. This is so crappy. Alright, so Dan, he's a little bit worried that he's in danger because people will perceive him as weak even though he's really not. Okay. So at Flor, they had their little meeting, the powers that be, and they want Alina gone, followed by Kelly B, because they don't like them. So it's time for the immunity challenge. And this is an interesting one. You have to race out to a field, collect your barrels, bring them back, arrange them in a pattern, and throw a sandbag on top of each one. But it's not only for immunity, it's also for reward. This was a pretty good reward. Sauces, spices, fruit, a sustainable herb garden. It was probably one of those chia herb gardens. They do come in handy. Alright, so the youngsters have the Medallion of Power. If they had used it, 2 barrels would have already been in place. But they decided we don't need it against the oldies. They are pathetic. Alright, so Flor started off having the lead. Then they were kind of even. And then Tyrone, he was really great at throwing the sandbags for the oldies. And he got in the lead. But then he kind of crapped out and Benry, I'm not sure how to say his name exactly, made up for lost ground. It was getting close again, and then Jimmy T decided, Coach, put me in. He's crabbing on the sidelines, so then Coach put him in, and they still lost. So Flor wins the immunity and the reward. And Kelly B, when she was grabbing the basket of fruit, noticed that the clue for the hidden immunity idol was in there. But unfortunately, Naonka did as well. So they carried the fruit back to Flor all nice, and then the minute they got there and put it down, Naonka went diving in there, messed up all the bananas, and got the clue. It was a total scuffle. Guess what? You can add Kelly B to the list of Naonka's I hate your ass face. Alright, so she showed it to Brenda. Naonka showed it to Brenda. And those 2 dummies couldn't figure it out. It even had pictures and everything. And what good is having the clue if you 2 asses can't figure it out? Because you're too stupid. Alright, so at Espada, Jimmy T feels like he's being underutilized. And he is in a way, but he's just so creepy. It's really weird. They come to the conclusion of, this is not Little League. Not everybody gets to play an inning or 2. So, suck it up. You're not going to, if you're not going to contribute to the tribe in a good way, just sit your ass down and deal with it. So Marty starts his campaign to get rid of Jimmy Johnson. He has got it out for him, and he's campaigning hard, telling everybody, we really got to get rid of Jimmy Johnson because he's a celebrity, and he's a celebrity. All right. So Dan, this is where he really starts getting deluded that he is not the weakest player on the team. He's not even close. He is in the middle of the pack. Really? He actually thinks he's in better shape than Jimmy Johnson. All right, it's time for Tribal Council, and it is established that Jimmy Johnson is the unofficial leader. Well, Jimmy T is all, I should be the leader. People don't appreciate me. I'm not getting a chance to show everybody what I can do. And then Jeff asks, well, have you talked with Jimmy Johnson? What is your relationship? And Jimmy T is like, I haven't really had the chance to talk to him. Are you joking right now? You've been stranded on a desert island. Well, some kind of island, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't call it desert exactly, but you've been stranded on this island for the last 8 days. And you haven't had a chance to schedule him in? That's so ridiculous. Just call it as it is. You two don't get along because you butt heads. And Dan continues to say he's not the weakest. Hello, everyone else thinks you're the weakest. Jimmy Johnson was the only one to admit that he's weak. I mean, come on, it's obvious. All right, it's time for the vote. And unfortunately, Jimmy Johnson was voted out by a unanimous vote, except for his own vote, because you can't vote for yourself. I think this was the biggest mistake that they possibly could have made to get rid of Jimmy Johnson over Dan. How stupid was that? You're already at a disadvantage against the youngsters, and you vote off one of your more strategizing players in favor of keeping somebody who's so weak they could barely get up off of a rock. He could probably barely fall off of a rock. All right, so dumb. They're just going to annihilate themselves. I can't wait until they mix it up before the merge. These dummies probably think that the oldies are going to stay together and they're not going to mix it up. Believe me, a week's going to be coming up where they say drop your buffs because y'all getting a new buff. All right, so next time it's Hurricane Naonka. That is one storm I don't want to be around. So till next time, much love.